Okay, here we go. Here we go again. Hopefully I'm coming through okay. Maybe because I'm confirmed that I'm coming through. Lots of things going on here. Yeah, sorry, I got it on the old iPad, so that should be okay. Right, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon Crackers. Good afternoon Java. Good afternoon Chris JV. Miss Staff. Good afternoon Zezos. Good afternoon Bruce W and Logic Trade. We've got 730 of you in the room at the moment, and more will come in of course as we roll into the bottom of the hour. I'm just going to run through the names quickly. We've got Marco, we've got Bill Miles as well, we've got Kalu Grant, George, Spido. I can't say hello to everyone. Hello to everyone that's joining me here in the room here, and also hello to everyone that's joining on YouTube. We have opened this up to a select number of YouTube followers, a select number of my 230,000 followers actually. So welcome to you guys as well. If you like what you see, you can always come over and join us anytime you like. We do this each and every day, not non-farm payroll, but we do this each and every day. We stream live around the clock. Normally it's the first Friday of the month. Now this week obviously, this month it's because of the holidays weekend, it's on the Thursday. I can't remember the last time it was a Thursday, but it does seem very close to the last time we did it, doesn't it? Gosh, Max is normally with me. But Max is, well, it's his 30th birthday. It's 1:15 in the afternoon. He's most probably drunk by this time. So if you are listening in, Max, wherever you are, hopefully you're having a great birthday. Looking forward to seeing you next week to hear all the stories of how it all went. But anyway, so we do this every month, and it's a bit of fun. What we normally do, we normally spend just a few minutes now talking about the non-farm payroll. Tell you the significance of what I think of it. It's all about ambiguity this month, all about ambiguity. I think all about uncertainty, I would say. Then we'll jump onto the screens at the bottom of the hour. We'll stream the announcement live. We may take a trade, we may not take a trade. I'm not normally an event-driven trader. I don't normally trade on the back of these market news events these days. Did do in the trading pits all those years ago, but not so much these days, although we have been taking some trades on this event over the last, I think the last 7 trades have all made a few pips, so we'll see if it goes. My biggest approach to this normally is buy the rumour, sell the fact. Anyway, we'll jump onto the screens.
From the UK side now, Chief Negotiator Frost.
We'll jump onto the screens just before the bottom of the hour, and then we'll see if we can make some pips. Now, at the end of that, of course, it is the main event. It's the main event where we give away $1,500 in cold hard cash. I do this every month. It clearly is not my money. It's clearly not my money. And it certainly isn't Max's money. I can tell you that. And Mark, definitely not Mark's money. No, this money is sponsored by one of the brokers, IC Markets. They sponsor it. Give out $1,500 in 3 tranches. $500 for the best trade signal provider for the month just gone. Best doesn't mean he's made the most money or she's made the most money. Just basically means someone that's taken that part of our site seriously and conscientiously. So we like to reward that, bit of a give back to the community type of a thing. Then we reward $500 for the best room contributor. That's someone that's basically in the room helping out all the other members and just basically being an active member of the site. We like to give $500 away to that person as well. Then we have the random raffle. Random raffle is completely random, although I do have most of my family, I better not say most of my family because YouTube listeners are in and they don't maybe know me. No, it's completely random, and I have got no entries in there at all, so we'll see who wins. We do that after the event. So this month, okay, so I'm sure a lot of you have been following the markets, just to make sure everything's coming through there, that's fine. Yeah, I'm sure you've been following the markets. You recall last month we had the big shock release. Markets were going for a drop of, I think it was 2.5 million, I should say, and it came in with a plus number. So I beg your pardon, the market was going for an increase of 22 million joining the unemployment claims, but they came in at an increase of 2.5 million, which was really unexpected, and it was a big shock for the markets. Of course, since that release, the US stock market is up about 10%. Okay, and one of the biggest things, they're laughing about it here on one of the channels I watch, about this V-shaped recovery. Everyone's talking about the V-shaped recovery. Well, clearly, you shut down the economy for 3 months and you open it up, of course you're going to get a bounce. So that's just normal what's going to happen. But the stock market, nonetheless, is liking this recovery at the moment. Average earnings came in last month at down 1%, and unemployment was, came in at 13.3%, and they were expecting 19%. This month's data, I think, is a bit, it's a bit ambiguous. A lot of the analysts are saying that this month's data, it's dated. Okay, so it basically comes up to the sort of the middle of June, numbers, and there's lots of talk about that the way they calculate it as well is basically being miscalculation. Basically, that the way they've sort of recorded the unemployment is inaccurate and it's not a true reflection. The true reflection should be much higher, but nonetheless, I think it's a bit of a difficult one to call. That's why I'm saying it's going to be very ambiguous. If the number comes in today stronger than expected, and I think it has the likelihood to come in stronger than expected. Now, if it comes in stronger than expected, you're likely to see the stock markets rally. Okay, the stock markets are rallying. It's all a matter of risk on, risk off at the moment. If stock markets are rallying, the support that you've seen propping up the dollar is going to basically fade. So the dollar will start to come back. Okay, it's all about risk on and risk off. So a strong number should see the stock market rally. However, this number is only up to mid-June. Since then, we have seen a massive upsurge in the COVID outbreak in the US. A lot of the states there that were due to open have basically hit the pause button. A lot of the economies haven't totally opened up. So the optimism that you saw when they initially started to open up led to those strong numbers. Maybe that it's going to fade a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what the revisions are of the numbers from last month, and also this month. Are there true realistic sort of view, or are they realistic in saying what's the state of the US economy is all about? I would say most probably not. It's much more about what's going to happen in the coming months for me, in the coming July, August, September reads. Okay, COVID is spreading. The stock markets are up where they are for a number of reasons. We all know that fear of missing out. A lot of people, investors, have got in there expecting the virus to be announced and the stock markets to come back. We're not far off all-time highs, and there's a global pandemic. I mean, it's just not supported by the fundamentals at the moment. However, markets are driving higher. So I think today's read, you may see an initial reaction of good numbers supporting the stock market, pushing down the dollar. So euro dollar is going to push up. I'm going to start off by putting a cheeky little offer in the markets just ahead, just in case the market has an overreaction. We'll talk about that when we get onto the screens in a moment. So that's the way I'm going to initially play it. But I'm a big fan of trading this number with the buy the rumour, sell the fact. As I think you all know. In fact, I think you can put it on that thing, don't I? Yeah, buy the rumour, sell the fact on that little thing there. So that's the way I'll be looking at that. So I wouldn't be reading too much into these numbers. Look at the revisions. Also, they've got the initial jobless claims out as well, which comes out every Thursday. This is much more current than the non-farm payroll. So you may see a reaction on the non-farm, but I would say keep more attention to revisions and initial jobless claims out. I haven't put that on the sheet, but initial jobless claims are coming in around the same time. So we'll see how the markets react. But I'm not expecting non-farm payroll to be too exciting. Love to have you all here for the fun, but I'm not expecting to see any massive moves. Many years ago, the non-farm payroll was the massive event, wasn't it? Remember that? God, do you remember those days? Remember the days when they used to have expected 145,000, comes in at 170,000. Oh, everyone buys the dollar. All those days are gone. Now, I mean, expecting 22 million comes in up, down 22 million comes in up 3 million. These numbers have just gone out of all sort of all charts. So I would say maybe these numbers are not too important, but nonetheless, there should be market movers. I think there could be an overreaction. Right. I'm now going to move over to the charts so I can see exactly who's talking to me. I've got, where are we? Let's just switch this over now. Alright, there we go. You should be able to hear me better as well. Now I've got the microphone here. Okay, I've got my old crystal ball, so that's hopefully going to be that you can get these on Amazon, I think, just to support Bezos a little bit more. Apparently, he's just made 57 billion in the last couple of months, so you can buy these on Amazon. They're really good for predicting market movements on non-farm payroll. So I do rely on these quite a lot. So we'll see what it tells me, see how it goes. Right, okay, I am going to be looking predominantly, the ball, yes, you had to show the old ball, show the old crystal ball. Do you earn commission from promoting crystal balls? Yep, earn commission on $18, on an $18 sale. I wish I did, but there you go. 8 ball strategy. Yeah, I've seen Max on his 8 ball strategy. I'm not quite sure how that one works. Right, folks, so I'm going to be looking at the euro dollar. Okay, now, I know a lot of you follow me every day in the streams, but some of you only pop in now and again. But I do want to take this opportunity to sort of have a quick look at what you should be using when you're trading the forex market, or indeed any market. You should always be considering risk. We've just updated this risk manager now to enable 2 exit strategies. So make sure you've got one of these. If you haven't, you obviously can download it from the room. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. But it allows you to take profit targets in 2 tranches rather than just having the 1 tranche. I'm just going to turn it on at the moment. I'm only going to take so if I wanted to do double, I'd have the double take profit targets there. It's going to work out all the risk for me accordingly. It's going to trade 2 lots of the trade as well. So it's going to send the order to the exchange in 2 parts, which means you can exit in 2 parts as well. It's working out the risk. I've preset it here on this stream to just 0.5% risk. So I'm only going to be risking 0.5% on this small account, just for a bit of a fun. Initially, so I'm not going to have 2 profit targets on this, so I'm just going to stick it to the single. But initially, I'm going to have a potential sell trade coming in, okay, and I'm going to put that up there at around. It's not going to get there, folks. But if someone wants to buy off me at 13.25, I would say they can have some, and I'm going to put a protective stop in above there. Okay, I'm going to put in a protective stop, 0.5% risk. Okay, and we will. Oh, I beg your pardon. Switch to a pending order. So I'm going to stick that pending order up there at 13.25. My profit target will be that down here somewhere. I'm going to have a protective stop. Okay, we'll see where it goes. I'm not going to be doing too much in terms of predicting where it's going to come back. My protective stop is going to be in above at around 13. What's that? 13 sort of 50. 13's. Let's have a look at it. We're going to move that up to. We're going to move that up to 13.70. Just a protective stop. If someone wants to take out a cheeky little offer, if they panic, that's what I'm going to be doing. But I'll make more judgments when I actually see the release coming out, see how the markets react. But just on the offset, a cheeky little offer in there, expecting maybe an overreaction on a good number, which will potentially depress the dollar, which will increase the euro. Very unlikely to get there, folks, but we will see. Place that pending sell order. So I've placed that in there now. You see the level on here on the 4-hour chart. It's basically coming into that double top that we saw here on the 4-hour chart. Bounced off it a couple of times in the past. I think it's quite a good little level to hold. So we'll see indeed if it comes out. We have got about 45 seconds to go. I'll keep an eye on the euro yen the dollar yen as well. But on this, I just look at the euro dollar to start with. So we've got about 30 seconds to go. My voice to you on the where you are is going to be maybe 2 or 3 seconds delayed because of internet. That's why us as retail traders trading the news, you're never going to get fastest fingers first. So don't rely on what I say instantly because it's going to be 2 or 3 seconds late. But you'll see the price react on the charts before you see me. So we've got about 15 seconds now. Keep an eye on what we're going for.
10 seconds.
10 seconds indeed. Thank you. That's a live score. Here we go. What's going on?
$4.8 million for non-farm, 11.1 for the unemployment rate. Initial claims 1.427 million, continuing claims 19.
So the initial claims are not particularly good. Okay, so the non-farm payroll number was a good number.
Work week hours 34.5 and participation at 61.5%. The prior payrolls revised up to 2.699 from 2.509.
Okay, so the revisions were good. These are quite good revision numbers.
54.6 billion. The Canadian trade deficit spot 6.8 billion, and the leading indicator from Canada -1.
So these were quite good numbers. These are quite good numbers. This, as someone just mentioned, I've got it on the screen here. But someone just mentioned the stock markets are bouncing. I expect these stock markets to bounce on the back of those numbers. So it's definitely going to be confirming a risk on this afternoon. But the dollar has just not blooming moved. It literally hasn't moved. I had to look down on my at my connection level down here. Didn't think we're connected. It's reacting a little bit at the moment, so the dollar is weakening up a little bit at the moment.
Jobless claims coming in higher, 1.427 million versus 1.355.
So the initial jobless claims was a good number, and the revision was a good number. You know, what I said in the commentary this morning, you know, when they expect a 22 million drop and it comes in at, you know, up 2.5, you know, how wrong were they? We need to see the revision to see if the truth is in those numbers, and of course that's basically confirmed it. Trump, no doubt, this afternoon will be talking about how great those numbers are, which is a bit of a concern. I think that is a bit of a concern. If he starts touting out about how great the numbers are and the V-shaped recovery is back on track, you know, we'll need to see how this affects his, you know, the fiscal policy going forward. Are they going to be still adding, you know, all the protection that the economy needs at the moment? Maybe not. I think, again, let's have a look at the stock market. I bet that's over, pushed on and then over, and then pulled back, is it? Okay, so we've got the stocks pushing up now on the day. Let's just go down to the 1 hour chart. So stocks have just pushed up on the back of that. We are holding that all-important 26, what is it? The 50% of this move, the bigger move, basically comes in around the 26,200 level. We are holding that at the moment. Now, I'm not going to trade the back of this, but I think these stocks could struggle here as the market digests exactly what the power of that of those numbers were. Yeah, they were good, solid numbers, but the elephant, you know, the elephant in that room is what's going on in the in those businesses, in those economies. So we are seeing a bit of a push. You maybe get this may get up to 13. 13. I'm going to keep my little sell in there at the moment, to be honest. I think that's mostly a good little level. I think a sell there with a stop above is mostly not a bad trade. It looks as though we won't get there, about 40 pips or so. But I'd only be trading this, I think, fading the optimism, if you like. Fading the optimism would be selling the euro dollar. Old days, the dollar used to be the other play, didn't it? I mean, good numbers would be see a strong dollar. But that's all changed. That's all before Corona. All before Corona. Let's have a quick look at what the other currencies are doing in the basket. Obviously, the Canadian dollar had some job numbers out as well. The markets like the Canadian dollar. For those of you that are watching in for the first time, either on YouTube or in the room here, this is the momentum meter showing me that the Canadian dollar is pushing up. Just going down to the 15-minute chart, you see the Canadian dollar loves it. CAD dollar. Dollar CAD is the trade at the moment. So selling dollar CAD is the way that the markets are trading this at the moment. Okay, rejection of that level. That mostly wants to trade back lower as well. A couple of rejections in there. I think a dollar CAD sell is mostly a reasonably good trade there. Selling dollar CAD, we certainly get a 1-to-1 at a dollar CAD short. Just technically, the rejection there, and the yen is really interesting. The yen is absolutely plummeting. Look, this is the brown line here. This is plummeting more so than the dollar. Yeah. So CAD yen, find support here. I think CAD yen, I don't know actually. I think this could be a little buy here. I'm just taking a CAD yen short long trade, just a streaming trade on the back of strength over. So I'm only risking 0.5% of this account. Stops below with profit targets. Oops, this is very laggy today. So we get we'll take some profits up there if it wants to get back there, but the momentum behind this currency pair is there certainly. I'll close this stop in as we approach profit target to get out just on a streaming trade. Remember, I don't. This is not my. Well, I say it's not my strategy. This is a nice pullback with a bullish engulfer into support zone. I mean, you could tick those boxes. Quite frankly, you've had a nice pullback, which is about a 50% of this move, and it's pushing on at the moment. So let's see if the dollar CAD can keep going. We're looking a few pips up at the moment to talk about at the moment, but I don't mind that trade to the upside. CAD is strong. This is the power of that momentum meter, folks. You can see where the money's flowing. Okay, so when you're trading, let's look up here. When you're trading this type of stuff, it's a great idea to see what's going on here. This is showing you where the monies are flowing at the moment. And this is quite clear. This is quietly clear. Is that a word? Quietly? Can we use the word quietly? This is quite clear to me that this is a risk-on bunch of data that's just come out. Right? The stock markets are liking it, but look at these commodity currencies. They're all getting bid. They're all turning up north. The risk-off currencies, that's this brown line and the red line. That's the Swiss, or it's the yen and the Swiss and the US dollar. They are pushing lower, and the euro is pushing lower as well. It's the commodity currencies that are pushing higher. Look at the Australian dollar. Australian dollar is getting strong. The Canadian dollar is getting strong. All this optimism. I mentioned in the commentary this morning, all right? I'll mention it again. And that comment, I don't know if you read my commentary this morning. In fact, I'll bring it over. Because for some of you that know me, you may know that I used to work in the trading pits in the city of London for many years. It was a real fun time. But this is a true story. This is a true story. I put this little commentary out beforehand today. Here we go, look. I remember, I'm not going to mention his second name because he might even be listening in, right? But I remember we were in one of the, it was actually in a pub next door to the exchange called the Cock and Woolpack. And we were late there at night. It had been a really hectic day on the trading floor, and a lot of people made and lost lots of money. And I was chatting to him, and he had blown over $1 million in his trading account. But I was laughing even back in the day. This is like the late 90s. I remember even in the day, I know he'd had a few drinks, and I didn't want to sort of add salt to his wounds. But he was so persistent, saying that the market was completely wrong in its I can't remember what it was. I think it was UK trade figures, but it was simply wrong in what it had done that day, and he'd lost over $1 million. True story. I never saw him after that night, and I don't even know where he is. In fact, he doesn't even get mentioned now in our annual reviews and annual meets. But he was telling me that night how he dropped $1 million because the market was wrong. I think this stock market is wrong, but I'm not going to be losing any money on it. In fact, I'm still heavily long on all my longer term RA and pension funds. I'm still well positioned in it. But I think it's generally wrong. I do think, and I'm not trading on the back of this or an intraday chart, I do think that Q3 and Q4 there's going to be a big awakening for the US and the global markets. This fear of missing out, yet, but it's not just, even if they find a vaccine, I mean, it's just that, we're almost at all-time highs. It's going to take years for this to recover. Earnings, companies going out. I mean, we've still got, there's still 11% unemployment in the US. 11%. Trump's going to talk about how good it is. That possibly means he's going to ease back on the fiscal whatever, in the coming months, which is needed by this government, by this economy. I think this stock market is in for a cold, hard awakening. We will see. Right, let's have a quick look at the chat, see what's going on there. Can we go over dollar? Golden Pig says, can we go over dollar? Well, I'm not really going to do a whole review of all the different currency pairs and so forth. But the dollar, the gold against the dollar, we're still looking at seeing this have a touch at the 7-year high up there at 1800. It's had a pullback yesterday, significant pullback yesterday, straight into support. Any technical trader would have seen that. straight into this support zone, and it's holding. Okay, if the stocks move on, and look, this move here you've seen in gold is basically been mirroring what's been going on in the stock market. The stocks usually going the opposite. So usually, I'm talking about pre-COVID or pre last 2 years really. Gold would often go in the opposite direction. Gold now is a risk asset, and you saw what happened when the stock started plummeting back in March, or Valentine's Day, I think, when it all kicked off, wasn't it? When the stock started, dropped 30% plus, gold fell off a cliff with the as people were trying to liquidate positions to pay for their margins on stocks. So it was following stocks down. It's also following markets higher now, but there's also risk safe haven asset embedded in here as well. So I think any meaningful pullback in the gold price around here, certainly 1750 I would expect to hold. It bounced off there with this bullish pin bar yesterday, early on in the week. I would expect 1750 to hold. So I think my bias for gold remains to see gold push into the 1800 level, and around this level, stops below 1725 most probably is not a bad risk reward trade. So I would say that's most probably where we would go on that. All right, dollar, CAD yen not moving. I haven't moved on that one at the moment, but that's just a short-term play. I don't know if any of you are in that, but if you are, well, good luck. But hopefully you haven't bet the farm on it. I certainly haven't. I think I've got about $150 on it, just for the sake of this stream. I don't normally trade impact news like that, although it's not maybe a bad long-term trend play as it goes. Logsy says, Andrew, if the CAD loves it and the dollar, how should pound fare against the CAD? Please ask the crystal ball, says Logsy. Ask the crystal ball what the pound should do. I don't think the pound is reacting to what the CAD's doing. The pound's reacting more so to its own domestic affairs. We saw pound heavily sold off over the last 3 or 4 weeks. And obviously we've seen some short covering now. We had some reasonably bullish outlook from Haldane early in the week. You've got maybe the optimism of Brexit coming in there. Pound is the second strongest currency at the moment. But look at pound against the dollar. Look at cable Logsy. Yeah, this is coming into a massive level. Okay, often when trading support and resistance, all support becomes resistance. This is the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. Levels on the 4-hour chart are much more significant than they are on the 5-minute chart or the 15-minute chart. Okay, look at these big levels down here. Where you had bounced off the bottom here, bounced off again, traded through, up to retest. We're back in here at the moment. The way I think you should be looking at this is looking for confirmation that this level is going to hold. If you're trading it with the trend, you don't buy it here. You wait for the breakout. Let me just get my drawing tool up for a sec, excuse me. It'd be easier if I talk with a drawing tool. There you go. Let's have a look. So the way you trade this, at this massive level, and the markets are watching this level, Logsy, without a doubt, is that you wait for the breakout here. You wait for the breakout, or then this kind of level on the way down with the trend behind it, because there is buying bias. There is buying bias in the pound at the moment. We've had some really nice big rally, pullback. So the bias is now up. Wait for the pullback and then go higher. But I wouldn't trade it here. I want to see what's up here with other people's money. I don't want to use my money up here. I'd rather use your money, Logsy, than my money. So let me see what's up here. If it comes back down to retest, I'll take it long. If there's confirmation that this is going to hold, then the reversal play, of course, is where you'd want to position for that. That's my little take on that. Right, folks, there you go. Is there huge traffic on ForexSignals? We've always got huge traffic, Sahil, on ForexSignals. Hopefully I'm still coming through okay. Yeah, I am. Good. Right. What else is going on? And nothing is going on there. So so there we go. Just having a quick look at the stock market. See what's happening there. Are we holding? I would assume we are. I assume we're going to be holding here these levels. Remember, 50% of this bigger move is here. So markets love the 50% zone, as anyone that follows me knows. I'm going to leave that little sign in there. Okay, it says 24,000, here we come. I'll leave that there. Yeah. I know Phil would be leaving that there. So I'm going to leave it there. The market is wrong. This is coming down. Let's leave it there. We'll see. I'm not trading that, by the way. Yes, Richie Rich, that's correct. Right, folks. I guess it's that time. Nothing really is going on in the markets there. So not seeing a big reaction to that. Just a quick look at the dollar against the yen. Dollar yen most probably not doing a lot. So dollar yen pushing up on a weak dollar, but look at the yen. Yen is not flying low. You don't fly low, do you? You fly higher. You drop lower. Look at this yen, CAD yen. CAD's still booming, and yen's still falling. So there you go on that. Right, I didn't get a chance to digest the CAD numbers. Canadian numbers. What are the Canadian numbers? Leading indicators down 1.9. Right, folks. That time of the month again. It's time for me to let's just get cash. Time for me to give away $1,500 in cold hard cash. So here we go. Now, a lot of you might think this community is all about me. Well, you could be right, actually. No, it's not all about me. This community is all about you, actually. What we've created here at ForexSignals.com over the last few years. It is, I'm biased, of course, but I believe it's the best place out there. Community of traders. Not only a community of traders looking for opportunities all day long, but also the education, the live streaming, all the trading tools that we use, and risk management. A whole bunch going on. I believe it is the best community out there. Not often you get the chance to actually speak to the people that are running the community. You know, Max, myself, Mark, a lot of the so-called educators out there. You sign up, you pay up, you never speak to them. They'll have ghost writers as well replying to the emails. You get to talk to us, engage any ideas. Someone like us, we've got over 50 years experience in the markets. Unfortunately, I account for most of that, 30 years or something. But this is the best community out there, but it's down to the people that are in the community. So it's our chance to say thank you to the people in the community for the participation over the previous month with, as I say, $500. By the way, this is not real money. If you see any educators out there or telling you how much money they've made, or you see people there on their fast cars, look closely. Motion picture only. I don't keep $500 here. Well, I don't keep $1,500 here on my table. Got a lot more than that. It's only pretend. But this is not pretend. This money will go straight to the trading account of the winner. First off, I'm going to award the best signal provider for the month of June. And this one actually, well, to be honest, it escaped my notice. I put in my say, and the others did as well. And then I asked the technical team behind the scenes to tell me the numbers. And this guy's number, I think he'd done 54 trade signals in the last month. God knows, maybe he's a signal provider and he's taken the whatever. But we'll see. If I find out, then obviously it's an egg on my face. But he's been putting in all the effort into the trade signals and following up as well on commentaries as well. So I would absolutely have no hesitation this month in awarding $500 to Okay, so congratulations to, I'm pleased, I've just seen his name whiz up through the chat. So congratulations to FX Trader 94, well deserved. I'm just actually trying to pull up the his trade signal page, but it's lagging a little bit at the moment. I think maybe because we've got so many people in the room. Sometimes that happens, I guess. But congratulations to FX Trader 94. I think you've had something like over 50 trades, and they're all conscientious, well put together. So thank you indeed for that. Congratulations to you. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. Maybe there you go, $500 going to you. Now I'll tell you what. Why don't I? The actual decision has been made on this one. So it's not going to change anything. But let's ask the room here. Who do you think is worthy? I'm just going to is worthy of the best room contributor for 1994 for the month of June. Caracas did win it last month. It doesn't mean he can't win it next month. But without Caracas, it won't be this month. Not back to back. Although that doesn't mean he can't win it again. A lot of people are saying Phil, George, Caracas, Phil, Andrew, Lockwood. He's the Q bot. Is Caracas a bot? Maybe Caracas is a bot. He's just non-stop, isn't he? There you go. So just before I decide on that, I'm just at my thing. Not before I announce that. I've just seen this has just come up. Someone says Beto, Richie, Headshot, George. Headshot's not been around. Headshot's been tossing a coin for the last month to prove me wrong. This is Richie. This is FX Traders signals for the last month. Look at it. Non-stop and conscientious. Slowing up. Right, yeah, conscientious as well. Puts in the commentaries and follows up in the chat as well. So very much appreciated. Make sure stop loss. He's really keeping that on cue. If anyone thinks they're going to use the platform for a launching pad for the signal service, don't do it. I'll find out. But we appreciate that. FX Trader 94. Right, okay. So this month's winner for the best room contributor for the month of June goes to congratulations to Richie Rich. Thank you to you. I know you're always in the room. You're always throwing in your take on the fundamental analysis as well. You are helping out other people in the trading room. You're putting a good effort in, so I really do appreciate that. I had to check. I did check actually to see if you'd won it in the past because I can't, and you hadn't won it in the past, which I was a bit surprised about, really. So congratulations to Richie Rich on that. Well deserved. I just while I'm talking here, I've just seen I've still got that trade going on the sell limit in the euro dollar. I'm taking that out now. That was just for a cheeky little offer. I'm taking my trade out of the euro dollar at the moment, but I still think that's a good level to the upside. I've just removed that just in case something would happen. Yep, and I agree. Nice bloke. Firestar, he is a nice bloke. Congratulations to Richie Rich. There's $500 going straight into your trading account now. No strings attached. You don't have to trade. You can literally withdraw it, take your night out on the town. You don't have to keep it in there if you don't want to. Not like one of these things where they say you've got to trade a certain amount. It's yours to do whatever you wish with. Thank you very much indeed. Right, folks, what's going on at the markets? We've got not a lot going on. I think we're still short of the CAD, still long CAD yen. What's going on there? The end momentum meter looks good for me. So let's see if that's still following through. Let's have a look. I suppose it is. Hopefully it is. It looks all right at the moment. Okay, so we are taking just about 10 pips up on that at the moment. We're not going to lose money on this trade for a streaming scalp. Okay, so I am going to move that one in now with my 10 pips in for a streaming account. It's just a bit of fun for my, I'm not going to put my kids through education on this trade. I can tell you that now. So it's just going to be a streaming account to see if we can make some pips. So I can call it 8 out of 8. So there you go. Chris Mick, I'm not going to go into gold at the moment. I have discussed gold. I think gold's on its way up to 1800. Now we've had that good pullback and rejection of that support zone. Not rejection, but confirmation of that support zone. So that's what my view on gold. You can play the stream back if you wish, Chris Mick. Right, folks. Thanks for that. And now it's best I get on to the random raffle. The random raffle to see what is going on there. We need to pull over the screens. This is where everyone has a chance. Even for you auditors out there that don't get involved on the daily basis. It's a chance for everyone to win $500. When I say everyone, I say you've got a lot of my family to contend with. But we will we'll see it was. Of course, I haven't got a nice MP4 slide prepared for this because it's random. So I don't know. But I do hope that someone wins that is an active member of the community. Because sometimes in the past we've had people that maybe signed up and they don't drop in as much as others. So I'm hopeful that that the winner is an active user. So we'll see how it goes. Now, what do I do here? I have to go to awards. These are the winners from last month. There's Caracas. For anyone that doesn't know what Caracas looks like, that's Caracas' face. He won it last month. And this is Markinos, I think, won it last month as well. There he is, Markinos there, talking there in the chat. That was his mug from last month. And this chap here, I can't remember who it was now. Anyway, I'm going to pick this month's winner. And I have to click here, launch the raffle. And I pick a winner. When I do this, you'll see all the names scrolling through. Watch out for all the Lockwoods in there. And then it will pick a winner completely random. Good luck to you all. There you go, raffle building. I was worried there about the delay. Hopefully this is going to go through. There we go. Matty Franklin. Never heard of him. Congratulations to Matty Franklin. I'm not sure if you're in the room at the moment. Let me find out. If you are in the room, there we go. So let's see what's going on there. Just see if you're in the room. Just having a quick check here. Matthew Franklin is in the room. He is from the United Kingdom. Congratulations to you. Pleased to see that you're listening in. Somewhere down there, you've just won. There you go. He says thanks as well, Matty. I love it. I love it when someone wins $500 for doing absolutely nothing, and well deserved. So that's $500. You are going to have a good weekend, I am sure, especially here in the UK because all the pubs are opening. Not that I'm going down to my pub. Well, we'll see. I won't be going down the pub. So congratulations to you. Well deserved, I am sure. Okay, folks, that I think is about it for now. Just having a quick look at what else is going on in the markets. For those of you that are on the YouTube, don't forget there is a link below, I think, where you can come and join the fun here. We do this. Well, I don't get $500 away every day. But we do this every day around the clock. There's a link below. You can take out a 7-day trial if you want. Come over, put your toe in the water, lovely and warm. If you don't want to stay, you don't have to. In fact, if you don't want to stay, I don't want you here anyway. No, joking aside, you don't have to stay if you don't want to, and you can try us out. So make sure there's a link below. I think you can follow us there. What else is going on? Not a lot. Pound is holding these levels. Pound is holding that level, big level in pound against the dollar. Big level there.
Financial watchdog Baffin here on Wirecard says this is a massive crime.
So look, this is coming in for rejection candle here. For any of you that follow my naked trading strategy, which is a reversal strategy, where we look to see turning points, on the higher time frame charts. I do them on the daily, but I know a lot of traders ask all the time. Actually, can you do these on the 4 hour? Absolutely, you do them on the 4 hour. But go away and do some back testing. Clearly, the rules are in the trading lab if you don't know what I'm talking about in terms of the naked strategy. But this is coming in for a nice little setup. Nice bearishing. The full main body engulfs the previous body at this level of resistance. It's a big level, folks. Bias for me is this is going to roll back, but if it doesn't, and you want to trade trend continuation, wait for it to break out to the upside. The euro didn't do very much. Euros, now the dollar is moving up into move on to a bit of risk now. The stocks are holding as well. Euro dollar didn't get up to 13.25. Didn't think they would. Keep an eye on it, folks. If it gets back up there in the next few hours, I don't think it will. Long holiday in the US as well. Most of you don't want to take trades into the weekend. Weekend's a bit treacherous now, and all the chat shows and all the Trump tweets and all that, so most of you don't want to take it into the weekend. It's not a classic engulfer for me, Bishop, no, but it's still a good rejection candle, and a big rejection candle in the euro dollar as well. Okay, well, I will leave that there. I am, just for the sake of the stream, I'm in the CAD yen. I am going to run that, hit profit target, or stop me out for free trade. I don't like moving stops to break even very quickly. It affects my profit factor and my win-loss ratio. So I will be but I have done for this stream purely because it's a stream and there's a couple of thousand people that maybe have taken that trade with me. And I don't want you to lose money on a 1 hour stream with me this afternoon. So hopefully you may want to bank some pips in it now, depending on how big you went into it. But I'm still long, and it's trading up there at 30 at the moment, 79.30. I think it's actually not a bad little trade. Certainly on the momentum meter, it looks good, doesn't it? Up there. And again, I introduced you to the new the risk management tool. Make sure you are trading with risk. And I'll say it to all our avid members in the room, avid viewers. If you're not trading with risk consideration, if you're just trading without considering risk, really consider buying one of these instead, because you're doing no more than gambling. So you must consider risk on each and every trade. Use the risk management tool. Before I used to just use, in fact, many years ago, I used to use, one of the sites, Baby Pips or something it was. Then I wrote my own little Excel spreadsheet, but always looking to control risk on each and every trade. Can you win some fake money? Yes, you can have some fake money. I'll give it all to you. There you go, folks. Thanks for tuning in. For those of you that are going to hang around, I'll be on for the London Forex Market Wrap in about 3 hours' time. So I hope to see you there. If you're not and you're taking a long weekend in the States, then have a good weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Mark will be on later tonight in a few hours' time after me, of course. There you go. I'll be back here, of course, tomorrow for another full day. I look forward to seeing you in there. Thanks again, folks. Have a good rest of the day. I'll see you later.